thrilled to be there because, as Henry mentioned, it is a very, very busy place. It is a very vital place. It is a place that's been there serving the community for the last 20 years. And it is a place that provides not only food, but also provides community. How many of you have ever found yourself suddenly in need, even though you had a job, your family was fine, but you suddenly found yourself in need of assistance? How many of you have ever had that happen? Of any sort. Okay, and now this one is a response question. What did it mean to you to be able to go to that food bank and receive service? So David, can I pick on you to answer that question?
It was really when we were younger, it meant a lot because there wasn't a lot of food on our table, but just the welcoming atmosphere of the staff there and the availability of food with no judgment, I think was very important. But I also volunteered in a number of food banks, and I was able to be on the other side in terms of giving out the food to people and understanding what they're going through without making them feel like they were asking for a handout. So I think that was very important too. Relationships matter.
So David's story is not uncommon, that people find their way to the food bank because they have a need, but they come back to the food bank and they volunteer because they were treated so well there. They were treated with dignity and respect. And that's really one of the important things that we value at the Rainier Valley Food Bank as well. But we also have big plans for our future. And we are going to share some information about where we're headed. We are going to build what's called a community food center in the Rainier Valley for the very first time. It's going to be a food-centric gathering place where people can come and interact with us, not only to receive food, but to learn more about food, to learn more about their own community, to learn how they can preserve food and cook food, and how they can be healthy in terms of how they receive food. And so we're very, very excited about that. And we're also excited because we feel that Rotary can become a really great partner to us in that endeavor. And what I mean by that is we really want to have a community space, like a community flexible space where we can open it up and community groups can come in and share themselves and share their stories and share their knowledge with other community members. And just imagine what that would look like if the Rotary wheel was at the entry point where you come into that space. Or imagine that we build our community kitchen. So who are we though right now? The mission of the of the Rainier Valley Food Bank is to nourish with good food, to educate with knowledge, and to serve with compassion. We like to keep it simple. It really just encapsulates who we are as a staff, who we are as an agency, what we mean to the community, and how we want to continue to be in community with people. In terms of food distribution, this gives you a snapshot of our growth over time. We don't have 2019 listed on this chart, but if we did, the bar on the far right would be about a quarter larger than it is right now. As Henry mentioned, we are the busiest food bank in the city of Seattle. And what that means is that 1/4 of all of the visits in the city to a food bank are made to our food bank. We operate in a size space that's about as big as this dining area. If you think about people having one door to enter, a place to circulate through and get their foodstuffs and leave, that's what our distribution looks like. You have a question? The scale on this side is between 50,000 up to 300,000. So visits, these are visits. So annually, these are our annual visits to the food bank. We have several different methods of distributing food to people. We have at least 5 different ways people can interact with us to get the food that they need for their families. One is that they can come to our space and shop in a market environment and select the foods that they need. The only restrictions that we place on them is that we let them choose their foodstuffs by the size of their family. We also try to make sure that we have food that's grown locally that we distribute, so we have partnerships with local farmers that bring their fresh produce to us. Years from 0 to 25,000. Over the course of years 2015 to 2018, we have 3 different programs that are represented on this slide. The first one, the dark green slide, is our home delivery program. If you are someone who is not mobile, not able to get to us, has a disability, you can sign up to have us pack a bag of groceries and bring it directly to your home so that you don't have to leave to get what you need for a whole week's worth of groceries. The next one up, the sort of olive, lighter green color, is our Spark to Go bag program. That's a program that's really important in this area. We all know that our homeless population continues to grow. This is one of our fastest growing programs. It provides a bag to go that's already prepared meals for people who don't have a kitchen to take the foodstuffs home for food preparation. They line up first thing in the morning. When we get there in the morning, we already have folks waiting to pick up this bag of food. And it tends to be the only meal that they have in that day. We do this distribution every day that we're open. People can just stop by and pick up a bag of food and take it home. It typically will have 2 main course type items, like a sandwich. It'll have a snack, it'll have fruit, and it'll have beverages. The last program is also the second fastest growing program that we have at Rainier Valley Food Bank, and that's our backpack program. We serve 10 schools in the Seattle Public Schools. The students in those schools who are on free and reduced lunch can sign up to have food delivery from us to their school. And instead of packing a bag in a backpack for just the student to take home for the weekend, we bring fresh produce, fresh items, all sorts of foodstuffs that people can prepare an entire meal from. And we have volunteers at these schools who pack those bags, and they take enough food home for their entire family. We're the only backpack program in the city that has a model that serves the entire family versus just serving a student. Okay, technology is failing me. I went the wrong way. So our total food service in 2018, we served individually over 26,000 people. That's a lot of people out of a little space. We're so very proud that we're able to do that. It represents 271,000 plus individual visits that people made to the food bank. And it represents, in terms of households and visits that we did through home delivery, over 78,000. The population that surrounds our food bank is the most diverse area of the city of Seattle. So this chart shows, I even have a little pointer thing, let's see if I can make that work. This line right here, and going to the left, is King County and the Seattle area in terms of diversity. When you look at just our neighborhood, that number grows exponentially and shows the amount of diversity that we have concentrated in the neighborhoods right around where we are. So it kind of explains why we're so busy all of the time. It's because we are where people can access foodstuffs that they need. We're the closest proximity to where they are, and we have the population that is best served by a food distribution service like ours. Any questions so far?